For many, playing Homeworld the first time was a formative experience. Released some 2 decades ago, the original Homeworld was an evocative, exploratory experience, unlike any other RTS doing the rounds at the time. Intense interstellar combat, sleek visuals, and an emotional story meant thousands of players worldwide felt a sense of deep inspiration, with sequels and spin-offs maintaining their imagination ever since. Indeed, some of the development team behind Homeworld 3 had their careers stimulated by OG Homeworld's inspirative quality. Don't Nod Entertainment alumni Paul Chedisian worked on a lot of Homeworld 3's artwork, including the creation of its awe-inspiring front cover. This cover, a snapshot of Kar Kushan exiting a giant exhaust-like portal, flanked by frigates and fighters trailed by signature blue, perfectly encapsulates the unprecedented sense of scale Blackbird Interactive are shooting for in this sequel. See, Homeworld 3 was conceived shortly after Homeworld 2's release in 2003. Its principal design innovation is a transformative one, converting empty space into topographically rich battlefields. Excitingly, conflicts this time around are set amidst monolithic superstructures, remnants of ancient civilizations, and gargantuan man-made colossi, or hulking asteroid fields. This idea proved too technologically complex to accomplish in the early noughts, and thus the concept was shelved until now. Chedisian's cover image of colossal spaceships passing through an even more colossal megastructure, shadowed by something even more colossal, structures unimaginably large, is, as already mentioned, a perfect encapsulation of Homeworld 3's core concept. This mind-warping sense of scale isn't the only standout feature in Homeworld 3. In all honesty, it's expected Blackbird Interactive would craft an interstellar battler that's beautiful and awe-striking in equal measure. No, with these monolithic superstructures, dubbed megaliths by BBI, encourage our opportunities to ambush, retreat, defend, and deceive via environments replete with trenches, obstacles, cubbyholes, and choke points. The strategic potential on offer to commanders could be endless, much like the indeterminable reaches of outer space itself. For instance, narrow entranceways to tunnels can only be accessed by fighters. Entire squadrons can be funneled through at the click of a mouse to escape attacking patrols, access flanking positions, or evade enemy sensors. Larger frigate-class ships are, of course, too sizable to fit through, so it'll be down to your commander to maneuver and position the rest of your fleet to give your fighter squadrons the most opportune reemergence possible. Perhaps you'll create a diversion, or lead your enemies to certain doom down a bottleneck. Adapting and utilizing these environments in this way promises a dynamic form of play. As a bonus, BBI reckon it'll give new players easier access to battle-winning tactics early on, as they'll likely appreciate the benefits ample cover can provide. Dynamism is in the front of the developers' minds when the game's audio is concerned too. Emphasis has been placed on in-game dialogue spoken between your fleet, with the basic idea being to humanize your squadrons, encouraging you to care more about their fate. Pilots will talk to each other, discussing their situation free of any input from the player. Should things be going well, they'll consider new strategies for attack, and generally sound more buoyant in conversation. Should they come under threat, their manner will be more frayed. They'll worry about damage taken or units lost. It's a form of feedback for commanders that isn't a direct interaction towards them. The player can prioritize the next move without being told directly what to do. It gives them agency, an opportunity to exercise a clear head in the heat of battle. Pilot dialogue isn't only useful during combat either. Squadrons will regularly discuss flyby terrain or ponder the potential for sensor dropouts should they be navigating through an approaching nebula. Along with exceptionally crisp visuals and absorbing lighting, it sounds like the audio team have done a stellar job in heightening an already immersive experience. Homeworld 3 ships with a new game mode too, War Games. Taking inspiration from modern roguelites and blending with RTS mechanics, this new game mode has potential to drum up hundreds of hours of playtime. Either alone or with a couple of teammates, you'll embark on a series of random encounters, combating hordes of relentless enemies, escort missions, assassinations, tower defense, boss battles, with collectible upgrades known as artifacts, providing an array of permutations with which to customize your fleet. Think of artifacts as boons or relics or whatever stat-tweaking collectible that's commonplace in roguelikes, and while these bonuses can boost expected stats, such as ship speed or cannon firepower, some have the potential to flip your tactics upside down. These most significant artifacts are dubbed patterns, and they can totally alter your ship's class. The example BBI gives is to turn the bulky assault frigate class into close-quarters brawlers, presumably with sharper movement and stronger defensive shields. Artifacts come with a buff too. For instance, higher firepower might include slower fire rate. With certain equipped artifacts unlocking specific upgrade paths too, it's easy to see the potential for vast customization these 30 patterns can achieve, especially when equipping unique patterns across the entire range of ships in your fleet. Combined with objectives, terrain, and artifact unlocking challenges, BBI reckon the joy in mastering tactics and strategies. Adapting on the fly and winning will prove rewarding enough to keep you coming back for just one more run. If roguelikes aren't your thing, then worry not, as staple of the series the head-to-head deathmatch skirmish mode will of course be reappearing in Homeworld 3. There are permutations aplenty in this threequel skirmish mode too, with the chance to go 1-on-1, 2v2, 3v3, or some offbeat matchup like 4v2 or 5v1. With friends, strangers, or computer AI having further settings that can be adjusted, like starting resources or whether it's game over should their mothership be destroyed. While 8 skirmish maps will be available at launch, Blackbird Interactive are encouraging the modding community to come up with battle arenas of their own by providing an in-game mod.io browser, enabling easy download of any modder-made maps, plus documentation on how to get started with Unreal Editor if you're curious. Following the release of Homeworld 3's War Games demo, the devs at BBI hunkered down yet again to make substantial changes based on player feedback. Trawling through Steam forums and Reddit threads, the team have made what they believe to be user-guided improvements to control schemes, combat, including reintroducing classic attack of older Homeworld titles, HUD, and quality of life adjustments, plus balancing amendments for the roguelike war games. It's rare for a game to stand the test of time in such a way that Homeworld has. 2 decades on from the first mainline entry, there's still fans around the globe obsessed over its particular brand of real-time strategy. In responding so diligently to player feedback, BBI clearly takes the responsibility to deliver a worthy third game seriously. A game already chock full of inspiration being pushed back a couple of months to compensate for player feedback is no bad thing. If anything, when Homeworld 3 finally does launch on May 13th, it's well placed to inspire a whole new generation of fans. That's all for now. If you enjoy what you saw, please hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, now is a great time to subscribe. We upload brand new videos every single day. After subscribing, don't forget to enable all notifications by clicking the bell icon. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you next time, right here on GamingBolt.